Welcome to the video. We're running through Sun Tzu's Art of War. Now we're still in the first chapter, Initial Estimations, and we have just got past the 5 constant factors and the 7 estimations. Just after this, Sun Tzu says, if a general knows these ways, retain him. If he does not know these ways, dismiss him. Now some of the footnotes we checked on some of the different versions state that Sun Tzu wrote the manual to try and get a job, or maybe this is points about hiring him and him, you know, putting his services out there. But it's clear that he's stating these are the correct ways of war, anything else is not correct, you know, my way or the highway type thing. Now, reflecting back on the 7 points before. Now, if you've not seen them, go back to the last video and have a look, but presumably you've been there. Sun Tzu says, like, you have to estimate all of these, and you have to estimate them from what you have heard and what you've seen. Now, we're looking at a few of the footnotes, and what some people have come out with from this in their study, like Sawyer and people like that, is that they think it means getting reliable field reports, i.e. the scouts in position, the generals below you, because remember there'll be generals of different armies if you're that, you know, you've got an army that big, and what you've got to do is make sure you get correct information and then make those estimations against the information you're pulling in. So you've got to imagine your Chinese command tent or your Japanese command tent, because we're doing this from a Japanese perspective, and your scouts are coming in, your tacticians reports are coming in, maps are coming in, field reports, and you at the head table have got to be like, right, let's check these against the 7. Are they definitely, how is their encampment set up? Yep, they're set up in a better way than us. Their general is probably a better general. Has that general won any famous battles before? How did he win them? That type of stuff. You know, which famous generals does he have with him? So of course he's saying, get these reports in, put them across and see what you come up with. He then goes to say, now some people contest this, not that they contest what he says, but some people differ on their points. But in general, Sun Tzu says, don't be scared to use the unorthodox. So if it's unorthodox, don't worry about it. That's the point of warfare. And you've got to be careful here. We have this idea that there's chivalric warfare, which is orthodox, and unchivalric warfare, which is unorthodox. That's not true. Orthodox warfare is the standard of the time, just generally what goes on, and unorthodox is those things where you think outside the box. So Sun Tzu's saying, get your field reports in, check them across the 5 constant factors and the 7 estimations, and then once you've got all your info, start to analyse it, but don't be worried about thinking outside the box and going unorthodox and you know, whipping their ass through unorthodox methods. Now, after you've done this and you're in your command tent, you've got all the reports in, and you're like, you've got all the information and everything is in your mind, you've got it down as a tactician, and you're like, okay, right, what's next? The next point is actually moving or responding, but that's a bit of a bad word to use. You shouldn't say respond to them, because the idea is you don't respond to the enemy. But the idea is you've got to put your forces into movement now. You've got to do something, go to war. And what you have to do is, having assessed all that we've talked about, and with all the reports, you look at the battlefield and you make your move. What is your move? Your move might be to not move, if you see what I mean. By move, I mean, what is your next action? And it might be inaction, or it may be action itself. So the point is you sit back and you think, should we stand fast? Should we attack? Should we attack from there? Should we send arsonists? Should we do this? But the entire goal is to do this so that the power of imbalance shifts. They become the insubstantial, you become substantial. So after you've analysed everything, you've had your tacticians together, you make your move, and at the end of that move, if you've done it correctly, they will be in a weaker position, you will be in a stronger position. And that is where, so idea is, you know, you win the war before it starts. The point is you don't just charge in and go, all this is assessed, you make your move, you're in a position of power or stability, and then you can crush the enemy, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Name the actor. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, that's it for this video. Again, we're Nato Ryu. Join us, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll carry on next time with Sun Tzu.